Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to do another reaction video for a cold call done by one of our superhuman client SDRs. This time, doing something a little bit different. Instead of a B2B campaign, it is a B2C campaign, which my partner in crime, Ryan, is going to expand on a little bit. Take it away, Ryan.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. So everybody, we have a solar industry, B2C call that we're going to analyze today.
Ryan, so what's the major difference between a B2B campaign and a B2C campaign?
Well, Nav, I'm so glad you asked that for the audience today. The difference between B2B and B2C is that B2B is business to business selling. B2C is business to consumer selling. So homeowners, individuals. So with Superhuman Prospecting, we are primarily working B2B, but we have recently in the last year and a half or so taken on more B2C accounts. This one's particularly interesting because this solar company who is offering solar panels, solar energy to their prospects are reaching out to homeowners who have already been pitched the service that we are calling for. So that is quite a different setup than what we normally do, right? Because typically we are calling folks colds. So it's not the only appointment setting we do. Cold calling isn't the only appointment setting. So this should be a different one.
See how it goes?
Like they all have. All right, you ready?
Yep. Yes, sir.
Let's do it. Solar power.
Strawberry lemonade, yeah, natural strawberry. Hello?
Hey, good afternoon. I was trying to reach Miss.
That's me.
Hey, this is Adam. I'm following up from. How are you today?
Okay, that's interesting because I've been trying to call and trying to get somebody to talk to me for the longest time.
Well, I do apologize, and that's part.
Whoa. Wait, what?
Uh-oh. Sounds like trouble on the call.
So let me just try to understand this. And it is so funny that like almost every call we've had is some kind of odd run-in. You know, like the person's husband. This one is they've been trying to reach the person. A few weeks ago, it was I don't remember the first one, but it had something to do with like she was super interested in the company, and it was like a little bit
their website
overbearing.
crashed. It was digital marketing because their website had crashed, and she was like, "Yeah, we're already in the market," and that's how that ended up playing out.
Yes. So I'm just like, each one of these is strange. So this person apparently has tried to get a hold of this solar company.
And
I like how he dealt with it right away, though. I apologize for that, almost as if he's ready for it.
100%. Though that reaction time is on point, and just understanding and leading with empathy is always a good way to start.
And by the way, this is by SHP SDR Adam Firth, ladies and gentlemen.
Part of the reason we're actually reaching out to apologize to people that we've missed the opportunity to connect again with recently.
I love that. He said we're reaching out to apologize to people.
Awesome.
Specifically for apologies.
Ultimately just reaching out to thank you for giving us your time to learn more about solar power for your home. My goal today actually is to try to reconnect you with our solar professionals to answer any questions, concerns, kind of see where you stand. Do you have time in the next week for a quick consultation that I could schedule you for?
Okay, is this to have them installed?
No, this is just merely, this is a conversation. We want to make sure that we answer your questions.
I got a phone call like a year ago, and I'm like, I already have them installed, and they were trying to sell them to me, and I was like, how am I not down already as a customer? I had actually called the office and then spoken to somebody that I think he was an engineer or something. I spoke repeatedly to people trying to say to them, we don't have enough panels. We definitely don't. He gave us the bare minimum. And he said to us at the console, he said, if you ever decide to put in a pool or, because we have a backyard that's half woods, if you ever finish it, need more lights, need more power, He said, it's not an issue. We can add panels, no problem. And he made it sound so simple. And
Sure.
we paid it off already. We actually went back. My husband got the tax return and just paid everything off. So we don't actually owe anything at all on anything.
Well, that's amazing.
Yeah. So we're ready to say, okay, do we need 2, 3, 4 more panels to give us a little more of a boost? So we asked if they could come and put more panels on, and obviously we'll either get a loan or pay it outright. And he said, I'll get back to you if it's plausible or if it's possible. I'm like, well, why wouldn't it be possible? He told us it would be possible. I still have room on my roof. And then he never got back to me. So
Well, I can tell you, I can definitely help here and play middleman. I'm sure you've heard from everybody with COVID and all the situations. It's, some places have been a little understaffed, and that's why we're calling all of our customers to double check on them, make sure everything's where it needs to be. But let me see. We're trying to schedule our best to work with homeowners to make sure.
Amazing.
Tell me what you're thinking now. Where you at?
I just feel like the way he's just like dealing with it, just hearing her out, and just being like very understanding. She does sound very frustrated, but he's kind of being like the calm voice in the situation. I just think his tone is just very, very well done in terms of just the feel of the interaction and how it sounds.
Yeah, the empathy, I think, is what I hear. I
Mhm.
wouldn't even say like emotional attunement or emotional entrainment as much, because she's a little bit
Mhm.
upset. So he's not like mirroring
Yeah.
her frustration. What he's doing is
Mhm.
he's being empathetic to the situation, but moving her along,
Mhm.
right? The word that caught me really early is when he first started responding to her, because remember when she asked, "Is this an installation or what is this?"
Yeah.
Almost as if it was like worse if it was, because it took that long to try to schedule an installation. I don't know. I don't know what she would have said if he would have said, yes, this is an installation. But either way, he goes, no, no, no. He read that the emotion there, which I thought was really interesting. He said, no, this is merely a conversation. We're not trying to in- sell or install right now. But this is
Mhm.
before she explained all that. Do you follow what do you know what I'm
Mhm.
talking about there?
Yeah, where it's like, just correct me if I'm wrong, but she almost, I get what you're saying, where she almost wanted him to say yes, and then that would kind of just add fuel to the fire of, hey, why didn't you reach out more? But he didn't allow himself to
Yes.
be backed into that corner, and he said, hey, we're just talking right now. We just want to
Yes.
chat with you, see where you're at,
Yeah.
and yeah, took that route.
That was money. I like that a lot, because he kind of caught her by surprise by minimizing what the impact was going to be in the conversation. Like, he just said, no, 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 it's merely a conversation. We're just trying to, you know, see if this would make sense. And she's like, okay, well, because, and she went on to share her grief,
Mhm.
basically,
Where
and so
before it was like it almost would have added fuel to the fire. He's like, yeah, installation. And then she's like, oh, now you're calling for the installation. This is what happened to me before. And then
yeah,
that would have, I think, really put him in a bad situation for sure.
that's a great observation. And I think it was a form of just like changing the topic almost, and making this about, we just kind of want to restore the relationship before we even talk about money.
Mhm.
And that may have been what was communicated to her, either through his language or through the way he was speaking, like through his
And,
tone.
and this kind of goes to that slowing down the H to H, mindset of slow down the sales process, speed up the trust process.
Hmm.
I would make this kind of parallel to somebody who says, all right, what's the cost? Right. And then we have to kind of take a step back and say, we don't even know if this is a good fit. We offer, you might say we offer a wide range of different services. We just want to know, where we might be able to help, and just have that conversation.
Yeah.
Would you be open to, chatting at X time, X date? Um, Kind of runs parallel to that. What do you think?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Slowing down the sales process in their mind and speeding up the trust. Right. And I think that
Mhm.
speaks to exactly what he was doing there. And so she got out all of her, frustration. And then
Mhm.
now he's reeling it back in. Now he's showing a little bit of, all right, now where were we? Right. Just because you're building trust doesn't mean that you're not getting sales done. You're just slowing down the process. You're not stopping it.
Mhm.
you know? And so I think, I haven't heard this, but I imagine he's going to be setting an appointment with her. I hope. I hope that's what this is. So
Hopefully.
let's check it out.
Fingers crossed. Yeah.
You're free. It looks like I could schedule you anytime Monday through Friday from 5 to 8 p.m., or we could set you up for a weekend. What works better for you?
Um, are you going back into the city next week? You are? What days? Monday, Wednesday,
No.
Friday? No.
Oh, she's checking with her
Tuesday and
husband right
Thursday you're
now.
going in?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Because
Okay.
my husband's like usually it's
Yeah,
week to week basis.
we would
Whether
love
he's
y'all
going to
both.
work or not.
Right, we would love y'all both to be there to kind of, so we can all get on the same page. Do you want to shoot? Did he say he's going to be busy on Tuesdays and Thursdays?
He said he's going into the city on Tuesday and Thursday, so he'll be around Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So,
Okay. Well, next week, do you want to do Monday, Wednesday, Friday? We actually do have Saturdays and Sundays as an option as well.
actually Friday is open. I know Monday I'm supposed to be driving somewhere. Wednesday I watch a little girl, so Friday would work best.
Interesting style in his next step delivery and picking an appointment time.
Yeah.
I don't,
Providing a lot of options.
yeah. So it's almost a combination of what we traditionally offer, or not offer, but traditionally teach, but then also kind of it's his own kind of style, because he is asking what's going to work, but like also saying like what works for you, but not in a way
Mhm.
that's stopping the momentum. You know, we talked about a couple of times ago where someone asked for the appointment and they just said what time would work for you. And you remember
Mhm.
like there was this long awkward gap and we're like, oh my God, like
Yeah. Yeah.
pin drop on one of their lines.
And then we
And
talked about suggesting a time. Hey, how's Wednesday at 4 p.m. Just to minimize that resistance, give them an option, and just make them think, oh, hey, that time does work, doesn't work, this time's better, and just
yeah,
minimize that resistance. Right.
yes,
Hmm.
100%. And he was able to do it in a very unique way by offering all these times. And it seemed like it might have been like, oh my gosh, like this is a lot to work with, but it was the language that she was easy to, she was immediately went back to her husband. Hey, anytime at, 2:30, whatever, what day would work. So
Hmm.
it was great. Let's see if it finishes out like that.
Okay, I'm going to put you down for Friday the 14th. And I'm going to let you pick a time, 5 to 8 p.m. What works best for you?
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock. I got you for Friday the 14th at 5 o'clock p.m. And it's going to be Mr. He's actually in charge of our sales and marketing. He's so knowledgeable. Sometimes I think he's speaking another language. But if all I was going to let you know is maybe write down some questions that you have, any details. There's never too much to ask him. So we appreciate your time. I do apologize if there has been a little delay in us following up, but we look forward to speaking with you Friday the 14th at 5 p.m.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, we'll talk soon. You have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
He knows so much that sometimes I think he's speaking a different language.
just using some engineering terms,
Yeah.
the photovoltaic cell, and you're like, what's going on? Yeah.
Yeah.
So cool. Just on that last note, something that I've been working on is ending a call on a high note, right? Because you do
Mm,
see when you're building value and the energy of the call is going up, and then when you set that appointment, it can get a little lower, that
a little
energy. And
dicey.
just
Yeah.
ending back on a high note,
Well,
building up the value for the appointment, is something that I've been trying to work on. And he was perfect there. He went back to that, the frustration that he had, showed some empathy again, said, we really
uh,
look forward to speak with you, and really just set up the appointment for them to show up. And I think that was really well done.
yeah, that's a great observation. I did not even consider that because, at least in this call, right? Because um, it is so true that when you are asking for an appointment, right, you're no longer contributing, you're taking in some fashion, right? You're doing
Mhm.
something that some people can be perceived as what, the salesperson would want. Now,
Mhm.
it's not necessarily all the time, but you can sense that in some calls. And I remember, and then I think you've read the book by Chris Voss, right?
Never split
Never
the
split the
difference.
difference.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, and I don't know if I read it there or somewhere else with Chris Voss, but he had said it something like the last impression is the lasting impression.
Mhm.
You know, so leaving on that high note, like you said, in outbound appointment setting or just cold calling or talking to folks overall, when you call them, sometimes show rates can be an issue. So helping them remember the value at the end, that's a great point that I didn't think of for this one. All
Awesome.
right, there you have
Yeah.
it. What do you think, Nav? Overall, Adam Firth, client SDR SHP. What did you think?
Overall, I was just really impressed by you. Like you mentioned, just that little pivot he made in terms of, sensing that frustration, just his
Yeah,
tone throughout the whole conversation, the
yeah,
way he ended the call. I thought it was great. I thought it was great.
yeah. Emotional
Mhm.
pivoting. It's a good one. That's a new one.
Emotional pivoting.
We'll have to bring that up to the
Absolutely.
rest of the team.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
100%.
Awesome. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining Cold Call Reaction Videos, Superhuman Prospecting Cold Calls.
Thank you so much. Take care.
Over now.